On today's episode of the Real Recovery Podcast, episode 77, we are honored to welcome Emily F. Emily's story is one of resilience and honesty, growing up in a family touched by addiction, finding her own path through struggle, and discovering healing in recovery. She shares with us the challenges of breaking cycles, the role of community in rebuilding her life, and the hope that continues to guide her forward. This heartfelt conversation is a reminder that recovery is possible, and no one walks it alone.
Hello, and welcome to the Real Recovery Podcast. I'm Julie, your co-host. On this journey of healing and transformation, together with my co-host Peter, we dive into the heart of recovery, sharing stories that resonate with courage and inspiration.
That's right, Julie. Each episode is a new chapter in this vast narrative of recovery, and we're honored to bring them to you. But keep in mind the perspectives you'll hear are for informational purposes only and may not reflect the views of the podcast or our partners.
Indeed, while these conversations can be a powerful part of your recovery toolkit, they are not substitute for professional medical advice. We encourage you to seek guidance from your healthcare provider for any treatment-related decisions.
And if you're facing an immediate crisis, or if you just need to talk to someone who understands, don't hesitate to call the Recovery Crisis Line at 503-223-8569. That number is also on our website. Help is available 24/7.
Now let's begin our episode
Of recovery, real recovery.
Hi, this is Julie from the Real Recovery Podcast.
And this is Peter.
And tonight we have my girl, Em. I'm so excited you're here.
Thank you.
I'm really excited you're here. I think you have a great personality and it's a good story to share. And I have to tell you guys something. 5 minutes before I drove here, so maybe 15 minutes ago, after working all day, my daughter just made her 9th step amends to me.
Oh,
And
shit.
no, my head is still dead serious. I'm like, really? That happened? And then do I want to kill this other person?
Yeah.
And I know I can't, you know what I'm saying? Because that would be the wrong thing to do. But I want to. Yeah. And a lot of things that I thought were true are not. So I just want you to know, crazy stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad she did it. She said she feels so much better. She said, yeah. And I was like, have you ever lied to me, stole from me, or done anything like that? This is before she said it. And she said, no. And I said, we're good, because I really trust you a lot. And she said, no, I just stayed away. And I was like, okay. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the last time we were just talking about this, we met at Recover Out Loud.
Yes.
That was the concert, right?
With Sky.
With Sky.
Sky.
My man.
Oh, that was so much fun. And that was our introduction into live recording. And what an introduction it was. We did not expect to have to do what we did, but we made it through.
That was Andrea. So Andrea was at Recover Out Loud. Em was at Another Chance with us, and we didn't record.
Yeah, it was another chance.
Oh, okay.
She took the picture of all of us, that great one,
Yeah.
of the group, and she sat by me. We got popcorn,
Yep.
cake.
Oh, okay.
It's one of my first
There we go.
sober outings.
My memory is a little bit off these days, so
It's okay, 'cause
apologies.
They have the same personality, though. So
yeah.
they're both
And the events are it was Skylar Ray. He was at both.
That is it right there.
So-
That's the common denominator.
That confuses my brain.
Oh, yeah.
And Another Chance had just bought out the block and opened the other side that night.
That's right.
Oh, mhm.
Yeah, they were small and they're getting bigger and bigger, which we love Another Chance as well. Amen. My daughter graduated from there. Colette graduated from there. We've had a few stories from there. So I met Emily at night, an extended family,
Yep.
talked her into Zoom hosting. Then that's how I get a lot of them. And then she picked up another service commitment right away.
Yeah.
Secretarying on Saturday mornings.
Yep.
I think I was your first chair.
yeah,
Because you're
you
like,
were.
oh, I'm secretarying this meeting in the mornings and will you chair? And so that was good. No, I love that. I think
It's the blight of being a secretary is you have to find people to chair. And I know when I was a secretary for a long time, they basically had me roped into that position at East County Alano for quite some time. And people would see me come and they'd be like, looking away. Oh no, don't ask me. And I always held on to that. If someone asks, you always
it's
say
not
yes.
an unreasonable request.
Of course, that's come to bite me sometimes in the current days where I get asked. I'm like, okay, yes, I'll do it.
I always say yes, even if I don't want to. But that's why Zoom hosting is one of my favorite things.
Oh,
yeah. You don't have to set up for the meeting. You don't
is
have
this a Zoom hosting that you're?
No, originally.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But that's what I love about Zoom hosting. You don't have to set up the meeting. You don't have to clean up the coffee cups. You just have to
You just volunteer to do it.
There.
Yeah, it's
And
amazing.
you're good.
And yeah, like Zoom hosting, like I think it's a great way to introduce yourself and to be part of the group.
Yeah, and figure out what service is all about.
I agree. And it's honestly, it's done Andrea well too. Like I talked Andrea into it too. And now she's back on Wednesday nights for Spin the Wheel. And I freaking love it.
I'm so happy she's back for Wednesday nights.
Me too. I love her. So I met your mom
You met my mom.
at your 1 year anniversary.
Oh shit, yeah.
You look just like her.
Yep.
And Cassandra just celebrated a year not too long ago too. And when your mom started to cry, she made me cry, right? Because I knew what she felt like as a mom, seeing her kid get sober.
Yeah.
And it's a different feeling. I can't explain it to you, but I've never been so happy for Cassandra. And I've been happy for Cassandra a lot in her life. But yeah, so I really related to your mom. And she had Boston Terrier candles. I'm just saying.
Of course she did. Oh, it's weird and it's funny. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, my mom's been sober 42 years. And she's always been in the program. And like my mom and my sister really wanted to do an intervention on me. They thought I was doing meth at one point. And I found out about it and I called my mom and I was like, dude, what the fuck? You also realize if you were to do an intervention on me, I'd lose my ever loving shit. Like I'd go way harder. And when she did actually come to me and was like, Emily, just go to rehab. It wasn't an intervention. It was just, and it wasn't like shameful. And it wasn't even like fear. It was just like, just go see what it's like. And that was one of the first times I was like, oh, okay. And like my mom being in my recovery with me has been really interesting because like sometimes she says some really fucked up shit. Like when I got back from rehab, I had 4 drinks. And I told her about it because I had 4 sips. The first drink I had 4 sips of a margarita. And I called her and I was like, I didn't like it. It did nothing for me. This is incredible. I really wanted that reassurance and validation. And she was like, fuck you. I've never liked you. I'll never like you. I'm going to throw you some money. Go fuck off. And then there's other times when she's just like, Emily, your recovery journey is yours and mine is mine. And like, we can speak recovery language together. And she's nothing but supportive. Like last night, I went to my dad's birthday dinner. Fucking triggering as hell. Like, my head's not great today. But like, when I got there.
Is there alcohol around?
No alcohol at all. But it's not that I wanted to drink. I wanted to be inebriated. I couldn't handle the emotions I was having. And my mom just looked at me and she's like, just leave whenever you want. She goes, who gives a shit? Go. And it's like that vote of confidence and that like vote of put your recovery first.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you come from addictive family.
Oh, yeah.
You said your mom has 42 years sober. So you're not 42 years old.
I am 32.
So you're the same age as my child, a few months apart. That's crazy. That's really crazy. So, yeah. So how did we get to rehab?
I started drinking when I was 15. Booze was always really great for me. And even before I went to rehab, I was a very calculated drinker. Tonight, I'm going to have 2 glasses of white of wine. Tonight I'm going to have 5 martinis or 5 vodka sodas. 5 was always like my number. Never more than that. Granted, I was at a bar where they were pouring fucking triples.
Right.
So were they really 5 drinks? No.
15.
Yeah, more like 15 for real though. And I guess I started dating this Coke dealer and I gave him my fucking heart. I gave him my entire fucking heart. Cheated on me. He did a bunch of really fucked up shit.
Your first love?
Not my first love, but the first person I felt safe enough to be vulnerable with. And that really fucked up my head when we broke up. Like, I was completely irrational and delusional, and I would drink to take away that pain. And then that drinking as medication slowly turned into habitual drinking. And I still didn't drink every night. I still didn't get blacked out every time I drank. But like, I'm learning how to handle my emotions. Like, and I talk about it with my therapist. I have some really fucking big emotions and I feel them very deeply. But like, so I dated him at like age 30 to 31. And I think that was really my downfall. And it was the middle of the school year, end of the school year. My coworkers, my family, everybody was like, oh, Emily's just drunk 24/7. Emily just goes to that bar, Jake's, and gets blacked out all the time. She's doing nothing but drinking. And I was like, no, the fuck I'm not. Like, I'm doing it a lot, but no, I'm not. And I had this plan. I was so angry and I believed that every single person fucking hated me. And I was like, you know what? Come summer break, I'm doing it. They want to see what that looks like, the shit they've been saying about me, what their perception of my drinking looks like. I'm going to do that kind of drinking. Fuck this shit. Let's go. I'm going to go hard. So I spent 4 days like in a blackout. I remember most of it, but not all of it. And it was I remember one of my best friends, she's used to be one of the bartenders at my bar. She looked at me and she's like, are you really going to do this whole summer? Like, how is this going to work out for you, Emily? I was like, fuck. And like during my bender, I had slapped one of my best friends and he knew I was just having a moment, but like that shit, just the amount of shame I felt was incomprehensible. But my mom called. She's, let's take the dogs for a walk at Selwood. We took the dogs to the beach. She sat me down on the beach. She's like, you have all summer. We're going to pay for it. Let's go. I was like, I'll think about it. Maybe after my birthday. I went back to the bar. I think I was drinking a vodka iced tea. It was like 10:30 in the morning. And I called my friend Leslie. And she was like, go right now. Go now. And I don't even remember this phone call. She is the one who told me about it.
Wow.
And I was just like, and I really trust her. And I said, okay, fuck it. And I called my mom and I said, I'll go right now. And she was only a block away. She turned around, picked me up. I went to my apartment, packed a bag with everything but pants.
I love that.
Went to my mom's. My mom was on the phone with my sister, got me some like rehab options. Cause I was like, look, if I'm doing this, I'm not going to quit drinking. That is not the purpose of why I'm going. I'm going to see what the fuck this is about. I'm going to fuck around and find out. You are not allowed to put expectations on me, which the fact that I was asking for all this is ridiculous. But I was like, there can't be strings attached. If you really want to get down to it, my gambling's even worse. That's really what flips the trigger in my brain. But I'll go. And I had to lie to get in. I had to say I drank a lot more than I did. I think I said I drink 11 drinks a night or a day or something like that, or every hour.
Well,
I don't even know.
If you do the 5 times 3, Emily, that is 15. I'm just saying, I can do math, okay? If you do the 5 times 3, that is 15. So I don't think you lied, okay?
Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's what I'm learning in therapy is like, it's not all about this black and white shit. Right. And there can be truth to what other people were perceiving, because there was truth to that. There's also truth to how I perceived my drinking.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think there's truth in how other people perceive you and how you perceive yourself.
And I think also the alcoholic mind.
Oh my God.
Because I'm experiencing that with a sibling right now that is telling me, no, this is how it is. This is how, and I'm just thinking, oh my God, I remember being there thinking the same stuff because my brain was telling me that's how it was, but it wasn't clear. It wasn't right.
Yeah. Like it took me so long. Even still, I struggle with the powerless over alcohol component of it because granted, I also never fucking tried to slow down or stop on my own. So I have no idea about that part of the first step. But the like unmanageable life and fucking crazy ass brain, I'm like, oh, me, crazy ass brain over here.
Yep.
And anytime my sponsors, that's alcoholic thinking, I'm like, fuck.
I love your sponsor.
Me too.
Just so you know.
My God.
And I don't feel like that about everyone. I think some people are full of shit and brag. She's the truth.
Is not full. I know she is. And it was, I got chills. I remember it was my first time on my morning group, Sunrise. And she was just like, hey, give me a call anytime. And I was like, can I call you right after this? She's, yeah. And she's like, I'll be your temporary sponsor. And I was like, you need to realize I don't know if I'm an alcoholic and I don't plan on not drinking right now. Or I don't know if I don't want to drink or not. I was like, I need you to understand. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. And she goes, that's fine. She goes, let's figure it out together. And I was like, what?
And this is just my opinion, okay? But I think you were in her life at that time. I know what she was going through because she came to the meeting. And I think that God doesn't do things by accident. I think you gave her an awesome purpose while she was going through one of the difficult times in her life.
I hope so.
Oh, I know so.
I like completely believe in that. And I agree with that. But I hope so because I really want to say that bitch, but that lady, she's not a bitch. I'm like obsessed with her. She is so funny in the way she like kicks my ass and bitches me out is the most unshameful, supportive to understand. And sometimes it takes me so many times, but she keeps trying. Yeah. And one of my biggest fears, like I freak out a lot about her like dumping me. And what if I make a mistake and she's going to dump me? I'm like, if we go our separate ways at one point, sure. But I'm terrified I'm going to fuck up or she's going to be like, you're too sick to be helped. So I'm not going to help you anymore. And she's just, you gotta understand that's not going to happen.
So 2 things. If she did that, then she's not for you. And the second thing is when you say you're emotional, I do believe you're emotional, but I think you're passionate, which makes you twice as emotional because I understand it. I have to reel it in. Peter's like calm and I'll be like, fuck this motherfucker and whatnot. And then the other thing, when you use the word bitch, it can be used in many ways because you're my bitch too. And that's a ride or die bitch. It's my bitch for real.
Yeah.
And long as you're not calling me a fat bitch, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
That's legitimately what I tell my students all the time. I'm like, call me a fucking bitch. Just don't call me a fat bitch.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line.
I had a customer one time at Sprint and he goes, you fat bitch. And I got off the phone and I was like, how does he know I'm fat? Like, he's in Texas. Like, what the fuck? And I was so mad. It's the only time I've ever been mad, like really mad on an escalated call.
Like, why add that?
Why can't I just be a bitch?
Why can't I just be a bitch? I'm fine being just a bitch.
Yeah. So I just think you're passionate too.
Yeah.
So I think, remember that, right?
Yeah.
And when you're 20 years sober, you know that you can just guide that direction better. It took me a hot second.
Right. I keep trying to think about the fact that, cool, I got a year. I am proud of myself. Don't get me wrong, but that ain't shit.
No, you're just getting started, babe.
The day after I got my year, I was on the phone with my sponsor and I was like, I'm actually glad how this worked out. Like, it gave me this like push of confidence to be like, okay, I'm going to go tackle like some of my emotional shit now. I got the drinking down for a year. I want to continue that, obviously. But like my emotional spending and just emotional immaturity overall and like need for instant gratification when I feel discomfort. I'm like, now I really want to tackle this shit. I want to read books. I want to talk to people. I don't want to do another anonymous group. Like my sponsor wants me to. And I'm like, fuck that nonsense. I'm like, how sick am I? Do I really have to just be sick my whole life in all these anonymous groups?
No, but I think it comes at different times, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to tell you that Peter, at 8 years sober, right, has it way more together than me on a good day. I'm serious.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, look, I promise you. And I'm going to tell you that he's calm, right? And has the meditation thing. And I think it just comes in different phases for different people.
It also helped that I found a group that I felt were my people, basically.
Yeah.
I feel so comfortable with the group that I'm with. Whereas up until that point, I didn't feel I could be fully honest about who I was and therefore about my whole story. And I always felt like I would be judged if I let on who I really was by certain people, not by everybody, but that's part of being comfortable in your group. And for me, being able to walk in and have nobody give you any kind of shade or anything, they see you just as one of them. If you say stuff and you stutter or have a bad day of going through the promises or whatever it is you're doing, they're okay with it. They get you. They understand it.
And it is a genuine fucking, they don't care and they understand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had that with the group. I think first of all, I was extremely sick. Okay. Like extremely emotionally sick, but it took me so long just to feel safe in life.
Yeah.
And I think it wasn't, and I truly mean this, Peter, it wasn't until we did our stories on the podcast. I was comfortable in our group. I could say anything. After saying you're an escort service owner, what do you call that? What was the name?
The entertainment.
Yeah, an entertainment expert.
Oh, yeah.
After saying that and an IV drug user, I didn't feel like I really had anything to hide. But at my job, I'm a boss ass bitch and I don't want you to see any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think until recently I've hid nothing at the new job. Like I have a podcast. I'm in recovery.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, it's part of that honesty. I need to be able to be honest with everybody, with everything, every aspect of my life, if I'm really going to be true to the program.
Yeah.
So that's it. I didn't know it until really I found my group. And then it was like, I didn't know how important it was to me. I knew that there was something missing and I was having trouble sticking with the program. And it's like, why? And then I found my people and I was like, oh, I can be who I am. And it's almost like coming out again all over. And so
I love that.
It made all the difference. And it even set up for me, because like I would have certain friends back in the early days, I definitely had segregated. This is my AA group. This is my normie group. This is my work. Everything was pocketed. And when I was able to become honest and found out how important that was to me, it allowed me to be honest with all those groups so that I don't have a segregated group. I don't have a group that I have to be careful of what I'm going to say or they're just my people. And it's just life and it's the way it is. And part of it, I think, comes with age and also the times we're in, because it's a lot easier to order non-alcoholic in bars even and in restaurants and whatnot. So there's a lot of things that have helped me through this. But that honesty is big, is really big with me. And that being able to find my group.
I like that a lot. And that it's all like together.
Yeah.
And you're 32, right?
Yeah.
I got sober at 32. And whatever I've been through, guess what? I just stay. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to stay than to go back out. And I've gone through everything. IOP at 25, everything you could possibly go through. But it's easier to stay. And I will tell you, the longer you stay, like you still might have cravings. So did I.
Yeah.
The first three, I don't know when it was removed. I can't tell you what day, sometime between the third and fourth year. That's all I can tell you. And now, I honestly, do not have any urge to use. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm not crazy tomorrow. Okay, but I have no urge to use. I can't even fathom it. Like, it is not an option.
It's weird. Like, I want to get to that point. Like I was saying, like
You will.
I wanted to use last night, but it's not even that I didn't want to drink. I just wanted to be inebriated, whether that was drinking or taking 5 milligrams of lorazepam. I was like, to my therapist, was like, want to re-prescribe these to me? She's like, no. And I was like, cool, because I don't actually want them. But like, sometimes I worry that I will get to be okay and really healthy. And then my alcoholic brain's going to be like, just go back out. It's all cool. And for me, I don't think I'm someone who would come back. I think the amount of shame, it's not that I would drink myself to death, but I'd end up like killing myself or some shit out of the shame.
Well, first of all, we know, as Barry would say, right? We got to get Barry on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But as Barry would say, we don't shoot our wounded. So just remember that. I would love you just as much, but I'm just telling you, it's easier to stay.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is. I've seen people and I've seen some not come back. That's why I say it's easier to stay. But I think the longer you stay, that part, I'm not saying the thinking gets any easier.
Sure.
I think we get better at managing it. I can now, and I will say the last couple of years, really got good at it. I think right now I'm at the most mentally healthy place I've been ever in AA. Yeah.
Because the shit works.
It does. And I think sometimes you do need therapy.
Yeah. Oh, I think it goes hand in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mental, we've seen it time and time again where the mental part of our disease and the disease itself cross over so much. Yeah.
I think there's situations that bring it out because I was able to manage mine for a very long time. And then I was in a situation where I felt bullied. I'm not really the type of person you bully. Like, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
But in this particular situation, I had to wear the professional hat no matter what. And I couldn't be authentic about AA. I couldn't be authentic about a lot of things. I was worried about the way I dressed. I was worried about everything. And I think that brought out a lot of stuff. Anxiety for the first time. I think a lot of stuff. So
that whole like playing the game bullshit, I do not do well with that. And my team closest to me at work knows I'm in recovery. They know I went to rehab. They know everything. But no one else in the school knows. They know I don't drink. I've been very open about that. But whether it's work, family, friends, growing up in Lake Oswego, even since I was little, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not playing this game. If I can't be myself, I don't want to be here. But then it's weird because I don't barely even know who I am. I'm still figuring that out.
All right.
So it's just.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a clue at 32. I was just looking for a place to get off parole and get my slip signed. Like, for real. And I ended up at that meeting. And I will tell you, Monday night when I went to your birthday, right? I didn't know Jen was going to the meeting. Okay. And I'm taking my coworker to get her 2-year coin. That's how open I've been, like at work. And because I was like, oh no, I've been sober for a long time. And I was talking about the podcast, Peter, and I was talking about you. And that's when I was like texting and emailing, trying to like a lot of days. And so when I went to the meeting, Jen L was there. And like, I've been with Jen for longer than anybody, like anybody in AA almost. Yeah. So it was crazy. So when I went to your birthday, I got this brand new girl from work getting her 2-year coin, Jen on the other side, and then you and your mom. And it was like an emotional night. It really was.
Wow.
And it was very cool because my friend's husband's in prison. You think I can't relate? So it was a very cool night that night.
That was a really good night.
It really was. It was very emotional.
Yeah. I was freaking the fuck out the day before and like crying and what happens if I end up drinking again, and I'm scared of success, but I'm scared of failure, and just dramatic. And then I woke up on my birthday and I actually felt peace. I don't like the word serenity, but I felt serenity. And like, then I got to my meeting and I see all these people and I'm like, fuck, people like me. Like shit. And that.
Yeah, on a fucking Tuesday night, girl. Yeah. Yeah. So
It's something else.
the best thing about AA, love, if you're in the right group,
Yeah.
we're not dating anybody in AA. They don't want to, most of the guys I know that don't want to sleep with me, which is an amazing thing. And so they love you unconditionally. And if they don't, it's wrong to begin with. But I think that's the best thing about our group. They just want to see you do well.
Yeah.
And that's that saying, we'll love you until you can love yourself. That is so true.
They want you to do well for you, however that looks. It's
Amen.
like different from your family who have like certain expectations or hopes for you. They're just like, hey, are you happy? Are you healthy? Cool.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like, that's cool as long as you're doing your recovery.
And if you're having a bad day, it's okay. If you're having a good day, it's okay. And the thing you said about what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? That's me, or that was me. I now just have to stay right here. I can't think about tomorrow. I can plan for it, but I don't stay in it. And just going through almost being homeless at this long, I expected to get a job like that. I expected every recovery center to want me because I have 10 times as much sobriety as you. I'm brilliant in the business world. Why wouldn't you want me? I'm like a catch. That didn't happen. Okay. And so let me tell you, I learned really quickly and through that time. Just worry about today. Just worry about what you got to do for today. If it's an interview, if it's the podcast, which was very amazing because it kept me in a job and stuff like that. Go to a meeting every day, whether it was the afternoon meeting or the evening meeting.
Yep.
Yeah. Like just staying today because I really used to get overwhelmed easy. And for anybody who's out there listening, just worry about what you got to do today. And Peter just went through this. Going through chemo and radiation, you could sit there and think about every outcome, everything.
I'm so glad I had the tools that I've gained in recovery to help me through this because they applied beautifully.
Yeah. Because they really do apply to all kinds of situations and feelings and experiences or whatever the fuck.
You can calm down. So for me, like I always tell you guys, I don't always have it together because I think anybody who does is full of shit. Yeah, totally full of shit. But I can go to a meeting and calm my brain down from overthinking. Usually, and I don't mean this in the wrong way, but usually there's somebody more fucked up than me in the meeting.
Totally.
It always makes me feel better. I'm just saying. I'm being honest.
No, that's a legit thing.
And because I'm sober, at least I got that. And it calms my brain and then I can stay in today. Like sometimes I really during times had to go to a meeting to relax my brain. And I think the best thing was when I was waiting to go to IOP and the doctor said, how about I go to an afternoon meeting and an evening meeting while I wait to go to IOP? And she said, that's great. And so that's what I did. And that was almost as therapeutic going back to meeting the afternoon meeting in person and going to the evening meeting at night. Was amazing. Like the best punishment you could have forever. And it wasn't a punishment, but the best assignment you could ever have for having a mental breakdown. Yeah. I think it's great. Absolutely. How'd you find our group?
Shit. I think I was just
Bougie
looking.
girl from Lake Oswego.
I know.
Yeah.
I was looking on the, meeting app. I don't remember which one, not everything AA, the other one. And I just saw extended family, queer, gay, trans. And I was like, I'm not any of those things, but this sounds really interesting to me. And I was like, just a really open meeting. And I signed on and it was a bunch of men. And I thought, oh my fucking God, I've joined a gay men's meeting. I've intruded on their space. What do I do? And then I think it was Kate W. signed on.
Love her.
And then I was like, oh, another woman. Okay, so I sat there quietly. And then I started doing extended family like every night. got really comfortable. And then after the 4th time, I was like, I'm going to get in my car and drive there. And I was running late and I got online and I was like, I just want you guys to know I'm going to be about 5 minutes late. And they're like, that's fine. I'm like, I don't know how this works. I don't like being late to things. So I had to call and be like, my apologies. And walked into the meeting. Phoenix gave me a hug, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's a hugger.
He's a hugger. And I just thought, I don't know where the fuck I am, but I feel okay.
I'm a hugger online. So when people, no, seriously. So when people come in, hi, so good to see you, especially to the new people.
Yep.
Because I can type super fast. So I love that. But in person, I don't know. Like, I'm not hugging everyone. But online, it's easier for me. I don't know why. Especially when I was Zoom hosting, I could let anybody in the door, post the stuff you got to post, and welcome everybody coming in the door in a private message. I like the old chat better.
Yeah, me too.
That's funny. So Phoenix hugged you. You went in person.
Yeah. And I don't remember the rest of it. Honestly, then it has been that I just go as much as I can, usually twice a week. I host Tuesday nights, so I'm always there. And then I usually go at least one day on the weekends in person. And I have bawled my fucking eyes out in that room and online.
Me too.
And I've been really happy and I've been excited. But I think it's really the like bawling my eyes out, scared. I think I'm going to drink. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. The first few months, I really was a roller coaster. And that meeting, everybody just kept being so nice to me.
Yeah.
And like I was telling my therapist today, I still have a core belief that I am an unlovable person.
That's so crazy. Because I don't always kick it with newcomers. I say this all the time. The average age of my crew for the longest was like 70, 60.5, even when I was young in the group, because now they're 80 and stuff. But I invited you to Colette's birthday. You were new.
Yep.
And I was like, come on down. And we were the only two that dressed up in the 80s. She came as Britney Spears, and I knew who you were instantly, that you were Britney Spears. And you were at that party too, Peter. That was before you got sick. You, Justin, Dawn, at Colette's birthday.
Oh, yes.
At Jack's place.
Yeah, at Jack's place. Yes, I was there. Where was I? Yes.
And then invited you to the concert, and that was cool too. So I think for a newer person, like you said, going in person, I think it's good to have both connections.
Agreed.
You know, if you can't make it to a meeting, fucking go online.
Yep.
And if you can go in person, make that
go
connection.
in person.
Yeah, I think both is the combo for me too.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get comfortable with extended family until the last 3 years. And I think having that option when I was working was everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was a huge part of it because I got back from rehab end of July, beginning of August. So I still had a whole month off until school started. So I did at least 5 meetings a day, every single day.
Wow.
And just read my big book. And
I've never done 5 meetings a day.
Oh, I was a meeting whore. Like,
I love that.
Yeah. But it worked for me. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to walk my dog, go to a meeting, walk my dog again, eat a snack, go to another meeting. Like,
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
When I first got sober at East County, I went to every meeting they had pretty much. So that was like I didn't do the early bird.
So are you saying you're a meeting whore too?
But I was back then. What else was I going to do? I wasn't working. I didn't have a place to live. All I could do was hang out at the club.
Yeah.
And that, if it wasn't for the people and me being there, and I cleaned ashtrays, I did all of the stuff that they make you do when you're a newbie.
Yeah. When I first got sober, people still smoked. Like
sometimes I wish they did.
Yeah, no, in meetings, I smoked the first year. I quit like maybe 6 months into it. I didn't smoke that much. So I had that going for me.
Yeah.
And when I did my 4th step, the lady I did my 4th step with smoked. And here she is. I'm spilling my shit. and she's smoking a cigarette. I was like, fuck that. And I went in the store and got a pack of cigarettes, and I smoked 2 while doing my 4-step, and then threw the pack away. That's the last time I smoked. April 15th of 1988.
Oh my God.
I know, it was tax
insane.
day. And she was so kind. She cut her finger and had to have stitches and still met me for my 5th step.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is, and my mom, I remember my sister, when I got back from rehab, was like, you should stop taking your medications and stop smoking. And I was like, no. And my mom was like, you have a psychiatrist who you handle your medications with. Fuck that. And she goes, and for smoking, Emily, she goes, you just got sober. Give yourself a good 3 years. And I'm like, oh. But even I was talking to my boyfriend today, and I was like, I'm going to go buy some patches tomorrow because I vape in the middle of the night. And I'm like, that's just a little ridiculous. I got to cut that shit out. But I'm not in any rush. Take my time. One thing at a time.
I agree with you. Colette, smoking. She was like, fuck off. I gave up crack. I gave up alcohol. I'm going to have this cigarette.
Yes.
And I felt that same way about food, to be honest
that way
with
with
you.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, because I did meth and I wouldn't eat the whole time. I was so happy to eat on a regular basis. I was like, this is cool. And then truly worried about sleep. I never wanted to get so tired that I wanted to get high, period. So I kept I still do. I keep a very pretty much strict routine on sleep.
Yeah.
Just otherwise, yeah.
That was the beauty of rehab, was like
Routine.
the routine. It was a crash course in fucking routine and AA.
So's prison.
Shit.
I'm just
real,
saying,
though.
boot camp.
Yeah, I bet.
Boot camp kept me so scheduled, and I realized how good a routine was for me. Yeah. After doing whatever the fuck you want at any time, any hour of the night, it was a blessing.
Yeah. Because like when I drank, I remember one time the power went out in my apartment building, and I texted my downstairs neighbor, who's one of my best friends. And I was like, hey, come upstairs. I'm going to light my candles. Let's drink some wine. We ended up drinking like 3 or 4 bottles of wine. I had work the next day in a few hours. Thankfully, work was canceled. But like, I didn't give a shit. It was midnight. The power went out. That's an excuse to drink.
Exactly. Why not?
And now I'm like,
That's all we need is an excuse.
Just a little
back
bit
in
of
the
an
day.
excuse. And we're like, hello.
That's what I always say. When you drink when you have problems, then you become a problem drinker.
I like that a lot.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's just, when you're doing drugs and you're doing them recreationally,
Yep.
when you have to do them,
Yeah.
then you have a problem as well. Not that I'm suggesting that you go out and drink socially or do drugs recreationally, because I'm not. But that's when you know it's changed.
That is, I have experimented with smoking weed, and I am completely like a one-hit wonder. And it's very interesting because the few times I've done it, it's like, I can't be in a bad state of mind. It can't be a problem. Thankfully, it doesn't make me want to drink. It's just, oh, this is a little like recreation. I was like, this is what it must be like for people who drink in a healthy manner. And I haven't told my mom I do that yet. So I don't know if she listens to this. Oops.
Again, I heard my daughter's night step 5 minutes before I came here. And it was like, oops. And I was like, really? Yeah.
It's interesting figuring out what it's like to do things in a healthy manner and where that line is of when shit isn't okay anymore.
Smoked weed to get off meth.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It calmed me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think for that, like, there can be benefits, or I guess, I don't know if justification or benefits the right word, like understanding.
No, I think we talk about this often on the podcast. Everybody's program is different.
Yeah.
And it's unique and it's their own. Peter's amazing at meditation. I'm just getting there. Okay. Seriously, getting there. And to a place where I can do it. I'm just getting to where I can stay. I've been able to, I don't know, I would say since I got laid off from my last job, I've been able to just stay in today. most of the time.
Yeah.
Which has been really good. But I'm going to tell you, it took me years to get to that point. So everybody's program is there. I don't recommend one way or the other. All we can do is say what we did. Like you said, you went to a ton of meetings. You said you went to a ton of meetings. I went to meetings every day for 4 years, 3 months, and 22 days. And I will tell you, at our meeting, it was Monday through Friday, and I had a freaking breakdown on a Friday because I hated the weekends because there was no meeting. And I'm like, I have a hard time, and I'm just bawling and saying I have a hard time on the weekends. And they're like, we'll get a meeting together on the weekends. And that's how we started having meetings on the weekend.
Thank God for your breakdown then.
I know. Then it's crazy because of Jen L, right?
Yeah.
Because she couldn't go to the afternoon meeting anymore because she got a job. That's how extended family got started.
Thank you, Janelle. I love you too.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then that meeting is, and the only reason the meeting's at 1 on Sunday, which I would like to change for the record and get this on the books, is because there used to be church where we had, and it didn't get out. So you could go to church and then go to the meeting at MCC. There's no church. We could just have the meeting at 12. I'm just saying that way it could always be at 12.
Although that extra hour of sleep on Sundays.
Peter, you're such a sleep bitch.
Okay,
Peter's
you
a
must
sleep
sleep
bitch.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a sleeper.
I'm a napper, but like I wake up at 5 a.m. every day.
Look, girl,
I used to-
without an alarm.
I used to never nap, but ever since my treatment, I've been taking naps. Yeah.
So I would pay money for a nap. I'm just telling you, I have a very hard time napping. I have a hard time sleeping. I won't lie. But again, sticking on a schedule and not dreading going to work. I don't like driving, but I don't dread going to work. I feel like this is the best company there's ever been in the whole entire world. And yeah, it's crazy. Like, my opinion has really, the more I see, the more I like. It's everything I wanted at the last place that never got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're doing a fundraiser right now for Snowcap. And when I was at Sprint, we raised so much money and so much food for Snowcap. Like, I love Snowcap. And
what is Snowcap?
it's this little building in the ghetto on 179th and Stark. And they feed over 11,000 families a month. And it's a small building. And so as a punishment, or just to keep her humble, my daughter and I used to volunteer on Monday nights every other week. My boss and her daughter did it on the one Monday. Then Cassandra and I did it the next Monday. Cassandra loved it. So it wasn't a punishment. She's like, we're going to Snowcap. And it's where you take people through. Each person has to be escorted through. You can have one of these from this area. You can have one of these from this area.
I see.
And when we were getting trained, they told her only if it's a family of 5 do they get to go into the freezer. And Cassandra would stand in front of the freezer with her arms out. But believing in something good again is really an amazing feeling.
Huge.
Yeah. And when I retire, all I want to do is nonprofit stuff, podcast and other stuff like that. I might secretary a meeting in person and pull out the sign.
Yes.
Yeah, you never know. Be one of those. But yeah. So I guess what I want to ask you is, how is your life different now?
Oh, fuck.
For anybody out there struggling, or for somebody who gets it. I think you and Peter have really brought up a good point today. If your life is a mess, fucking be a meeting whore. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to work. I had a kid.
Yeah.
I couldn't be.
It's different. It's hard. How my life is different. It's funny because I've always been a very hyper aware person, but now I figured out tools of what to do with that awareness. Because my mom would always describe me as someone who's very observant and would just sit in a corner when I was younger, and I would watch the chaos and abusive type shit go down and just very silently watch. And I'm still very much like that. But when I was younger, when I drank, I didn't know what to do with this information and the shit I was seeing. I didn't know what to do with it. And so I would drink. And now a lot of it for me is really preparational. Like every morning when I wake up, I meditate first thing. I have my weekly therapy. I make sure I take my medications. I call my sponsor. Like, I watch a happy movie before I fall asleep.
That's me.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore, fucking
Yes.
A. I don't watch drama. I can't watch any of it.
I watch a whole lot of horror.
Oh,
So
me.
I watched like 2 scary movies last night, and then I watched Cars and Lilo and Stitch before falling asleep. But
So I'm a Love Island, The Villa after Love Island.
oh, I love Island.
What is it? Blind. What's the blind one? Oh,
You'd have
Love
to
is
say
Blind.
Love is Blind, also a good
Yeah,
one.
I like stupid ass shows.
Hell yeah.
They make my brain relax.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking I would never fucking do that. Nor would I go on an island. Nor would I meet somebody through a wall and just say, yeah, I'm going to marry you.
Fuck
Okay.
no.
But I'll watch it. It calms my brain down.
Yeah. And you figure out how to calm your brain down. And I think one of the biggest things, which so much of the shit I say and do is so conflicting, but it's like somehow still honest. Yes, I have this core belief I am unlovable still, but I've also grown so much in my confidence. Like the fact that I'm fucking doing this shit, that I showed up to the concert with you or to Colette's birthday, that I go to fucking meetings and speak, like at work, in other situations. Granted, I'm a little sweaty right now, but like I am a bright red, terrified fucking mess. And when it comes to this shit, this recovery, I actually have found some confidence in myself. And I think that is because of AA and having a higher power and having a community like you guys. I don't know, it's weird.
No, I feel the same way. I think Peter does too.
Meditate every morning. I
That is a
meditate
Peter.
every morning.
So
I have the mountain. I always say it. I have the mountain, Mount Hood, and that keeps me in today because the mountain doesn't care about what's coming, what next season it is. It doesn't care what
I like
season's
that.
past. It's just here, present, in today. And that's how I lock into that.
and when I really started meditating a lot is when I went to the 11th floor and I saw the mountain and I
yeah.
sent you the picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I tried to get to work at least 30 minutes early. I don't like to be rushed. I like to be in my zone, have everything ready to go. And I go upstairs and I'm the only one up there. I fucking love it. And it has a private bathroom. It's like the penthouse bathroom. No. And so I don't know. I don't like sharing a bathroom with other people. And I definitely don't want to hear you. I'm just being honest. It's creepy.
No, I agree with you.
So I can go to the bathroom up there in peace because it's a one bathroom and it's really nice. And I go up there in the morning. I usually talk to my sponsor and I talk to him from up there a lot. And I look at the mountain and I think of Peter. And like I've taken more pictures, if you noticed, of the mountain lately and started meditating before work. And days that I don't, I'm discombobulated.
It really does make a difference.
It does. And if you could have told me that, Julie, it really works. And I was like, fuck you. I can't sit still long enough. And then I went to a meditation meeting at True Colors. And you know why I did it? There's a guy in our group at night who wasn't leaving his house. And I knew his house was right by True Colors. And so I said, I need somebody to go to this meditation meeting with me. And it was really to get him out of the house. But I learned that I could sit there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And when I learned, I was like, oh my God, you can sit here. And then I learned you could sit here and relax. Because the first time I listened to every noise that there was, but we went to that meeting a few times and I realized, oh my God, you can do this.
Yeah.
And
For me, I need the guided meditation.
Same.
Same. Yeah. I love the guided.
And I'm not up to 30 minutes yet. I'm like, this morning I did a 17-minute and I was like, hell yeah.
It's hard sometimes. I sit there and I'm like, all of a sudden my brain starts to go, what do you need to do today? And then I start to get like fidgety and it's like, just relax, stay in the moment. But it's so hard sometimes because
But they
my brain
say,
just
I told
goes.
you I've been reading this meditation book.
Uh-huh.
They say if your mind wanders, it's okay because it'll be mindful wandering and it helps with mindfulness. And so I do that too because I'm a big, I got to get this done. But I do think that you can USA, right, for a minute and just calm down and be with yourself. It's amazing. And people who don't think they can do it, I'm going to tell you the meditation that worked for me in IOP. And that's the first time it worked. And then it was to the meeting to get him out of his house. I don't want to say his name in case he doesn't want me to. I'll keep his anonymity, but he's a cool dude. And then in IOP, they did guided meditation every night. But the one I like the most, and I told you this, is when it says, you are safe. You are kind. You don't have to worry. And
that's the shit I like.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
And I have to tell you, every time they say I'm safe, I didn't realize how all my life I've been just trying to be safe. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. And for a
safety.
lot of time, I didn't know that. I knew I didn't have trust. I didn't trust anyone, not one motherfucker when I got out of prison. And I didn't know that I was looking for safety, really. And I do now. And that's what the group became to me, was a safe place. And I learned to trust people there. But it's crazy. And I think when you get recovery, you gain some safety. It's a safe place.
It's a safe place.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the biggest thing for me, because rehab was the first time I ever felt safe. And that's why I decided, okay, maybe I won't drink.
I love that.
And I don't think I could have done it without rehab, because I needed a hardcore, let's get you some safety.
I needed prison.
To calm down enough to be like, do I want to drink? Who am I? What does this look like? And now I've found safety in the meetings that I go to and the people I surround myself with. And
I think that self-love, that lack of self-love that you were talking about, for me, I had the same thing. I didn't think, I was like, how can anybody think anything of me? I couldn't look in the mirror, and I just hated what I saw. But over time, especially being with the group that I'm with today, with the Lunch Bunch, I have gained confidence in loving myself, because I see in others how they react around me. And knowing that the group isn't going to put on a face for me, it's genuine. And so that has spilled into me appreciating myself more, I think. So maybe that'll happen over time for you as well.
that would be nice.
And you are lovable. I don't think you believe that 100% anymore, that you're not lovable.
I think it is changing, and I can feel that. I completely do believe that feeling. It's
when I
not
send
as
you a heart
extreme.
in the chat,
Yeah.
that means I love you.
I know.
And I do it every time I see her in a meeting, which, because of my new job, hasn't been as much, but for a while we were pretty dang consistent. I do the same thing with Andrea. I can say her name since she's been on the podcast. And it's crazy, because the last couple of years since Colette came into the meeting, I've bonded with some women, because I never really talked to women before outside of work. I really didn't. I talked to the guys, and I think the guys showed me love, as well. And I learned to trust in myself, but it does take time. And I think when you're going through so much trauma and you feel shitty beginning, just keep coming back.
Yep.
Because I see it changing in Andrea right now too. She's starting to bloom, and I love it. I freaking love it. And I watched Colette from day one, and sat there and counted days. She didn't go to one meeting, I think, in the first 6 months. And I'm like, where are you? Yeah, no, seriously. And I'm not her sponsor. I'm not anybody, but I was just like, where are you? She's, I had an appointment tonight. I was like, okay. Then with her too, just showing up all the time.
Yeah.
That became the norm too. And what she does too, service.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Ton of service.
Ton. She should get paid from AA. Seriously, they should give her a stipend, because she does things that I've never even thought possible. So anything you want to say to our listeners in parting? I appreciate you being honest about the gambling too. We haven't had anybody on the show. Matter of fact, we were supposed to last night, but she had a funeral to go to, because we like to cover all addictions.
Okay.
Just like we love to cover all sorts of recovery, because the podcast is called Real Recovery.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you do it. We just want you to recover.
Yep.
And tell you there's a way. there's some way for everybody. I choose AA, but it doesn't mean somebody else has to.
I think I've said this so many times in meetings and shit, but what one of my counselors in rehab told me, because when I was telling her, I don't know if I want to give up drinking. And I was like, if I give up drinking, I'm just going to get another addiction and another addiction. I was like, even if it's a healthy addiction, like exercising, I don't want just to have more addictions.
That's the one I want, though. I'm just saying, out of all the ones, that's the fucking one I want. I want to be addicted to running or
shit. Yeah, me too, but not really.
Yeah.
But she was
Same
like, yeah. But she was like, switching seats in the Titanic. And she goes, Emily, get off the fucking boat. And I was like, I can get off the boat. She goes, yeah, get off the fucking boat. And
I love that.
I think that's what I would tell somebody is that you can get off the fucking boat.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's awesome.
I love that too. That's a good one.
Thank
You're
you
gonna have to
so
put that
much
with
for
Barry
being
Close.
here, being so open and honest and vulnerable. And
Thanks for sharing your story.
yeah,
You know, I really
Wonderful.
appreciate it. Every story I hear helps me. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
me too. You
I
take
love
us
you
out,
both.
Julie.
So,
We're both looking at each other.
this is Julie with the Real Recovery Podcast, who's very tired but grateful to be here.
And we were here with.
Emily.
Great to have you on. And this is Peter. Thanks for listening.
That's a wrap on today's episode. Thanks to each and every one of you for lending us your ears and hearts. Your engagement is what fuels our passion and keeps this podcast thriving.
We cherish the moments we share here and hope they resonate with you, whether you're on a daily commute, at the gym, or just taking a moment for yourself.
Make sure to head over to our website at realrecoverypodcast.com. While you're there, subscribe to our newsletter for the latest insights and uplifting stories from our community delivered straight to your inbox.
Click that subscribe button on your favorite podcast player too, so you can keep up with every new episode. It's your support that keeps our conversation alive and meaningful.
And if our stories have touched you, consider using the donate button on our site. Your contributions, no matter the size, are deeply appreciated. They help us continue our mission of sharing hope and healing.
Join us beyond the podcast and follow our journey on social media. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and on X, formerly known as Twitter. All the links are on our site, so you can stay connected and be a part of the Real Recovery community every day.
Your likes, shares, and comments not only spread the message of recovery, but also remind us that we're all in this together.
So, until we meet again, remember that recovery is a journey, not a destination, and we'll be here to accompany you every step of the way to recovery, real recovery.
Thanks for listening.